2 babies were born that stormy night, but only one was meant to wear the crown. Thunder rolled across the royal estate like an angry drumbeat. Rain battered the glass windows as the queen labored in pain, clutching the royal physician's hand. Outside, lightning lit the tower spires in flashes of silver and blue. Inside those walls, a future was being written, one that would change everything. At the very same moment, deep within the servants' quarters, a young maid named Mara gave birth too, her cries muffled by the storm. Her child, a girl with soft curls and a voice that pierced the rain, came into the world just as the queen's newborn daughter let out her first cry. 2 babies, 2 lives, 1 destiny. But chaos struck before dawn. A fire broke out in the eastern wing. Smoke, screams, guards shouting orders, nurses running through the corridors. In the panic, someone, no one ever knew who, took the wrong infant from the nursery. When the sun rose, the queen's true daughter was gone, and in her cradle slept another child, Mara's. The years rolled by. The palace child, known to all as Princess Celine, grew into a girl with diamonds in her hair and ice in her heart. Spoiled by power, she sneered at servants, mocked the poor, and demanded obedience like it was oxygen. Far from the palace walls, in a crumbling village house, the other girl, Ira, grew into a young woman full of warmth and quiet strength. She sold bread at the market, patched old clothes, and helped strangers without reason. Yet, sometimes, she'd look up at the night sky and feel something stir inside her, a longing she couldn't name. She often dreamed of marble halls and golden crowns, of voices calling her princess in the dark. But in the morning, she'd wake to the sound of her mother's cough and the weight of reality pressing on her chest. On Ira's 18th birthday, the sky burned alive. A comet, bright as 1,000 suns, streaked across the heavens, shimmering gold. The villagers gasped and cheered. But far away, the queen stood on her balcony, frozen. "That light, it can't be," she whispered, because legend said the royal comet only appeared for the true heir, the one chosen by fate itself. And that night, fate finally came calling. The royal ball arrived soon after, a grand celebration that drew nobles, foreign royals, and suitors from distant lands. Prince Kael, the mysterious heir from a powerful neighboring realm, was the guest everyone whispered about. Every girl wanted his eye, especially Celine. She spent weeks preparing, her gowns hand-stitched with pearls, her smile rehearsed in mirrors. "This is my night," she told herself, "my crown, my kingdom." But while Celine danced beneath chandeliers, Ira was in the courtyard, breathless, clutching a small bottle of medicine she'd come to beg for her mother. The guards blocked her way. "Please," she pleaded. "She's dying. Just 1 vial." "Step back," one guard snapped, shoving her aside. Her voice cracked, not in weakness, but in desperate strength. And that's when the queen turned. Their eyes met. The queen's breath caught in her throat. Those eyes, pale blue with a golden ring, were unmistakable. Only one bloodline bore that mark. "Bring her to me," the queen whispered. Celine stiffened from across the hall. "Mother, she's just a peasant." But as Ira stepped into the torchlight, a small pendant slipped from her dress, an ancient crest engraved on its surface. The queen's trembling fingers reached for it. She knew that symbol. She had placed that pendant on her newborn's neck the night she was born. Tears welled in her eyes. The room spun. The truth began to unravel. And from the balcony above, Prince Kael watched silently. eyes fixed on the girl who stood tall even when surrounded by royalty. There was something about her, a quiet nobility, a grace untouched by luxury. "Who is she?" he murmured. By morning, the palace was a storm of rumors. Some called Ira a liar. Others swore they'd seen the queen herself kneeling before her. Selene, desperate and terrified, refused to believe it. "She's trying to steal my life," she cried, throwing her reflection a glare of hatred. "She's nothing. I'm the princess." But Destiny had no patience for pretenders. At the next royal assembly, the queen rose before the court, her voice trembling but resolute. 18 years ago, my daughter was stolen from me. Tonight, she stands before you." Gasps echoed through the marble hall. Selene's hands shook. "You can't do this. She's a fraud." She lunged forward, ripping the pendant from Ira's neck and holding it high. "You'll never be one of us," she screamed. But before anyone could stop her, the pendant began to glow, bright gold flooding the hall with radiant light. The queen stepped forward. "This crest answers only to royal blood." The glow intensified, illuminating Ira's tear-streaked face. "She is my daughter," the queen declared softly. "The true princess." Silence. Then a single sob. Then the court fell to their knees. Selene collapsed, the truth finally crushing her pride. Ira stood trembling, her world spinning. She didn't want power. She'd only wanted a mother's love, a place to belong. The queen embraced her, whispering, "Forgive me, my child. I should have known." But Ira only shook her head. "You couldn't have known what fate hid." Then, through the hush, footsteps echoed. Prince Kael stepped forward, bowing low before her. "I came to choose a bride," he said, voice deep and steady. "And I choose the one who was born to lead, not because of her crown, but because of her heart." Ira smiled faintly. "I don't need a prince to prove I'm royal." Kael's lips curved. "Good. Then rule beside me, not beneath me." The court erupted in cheers. The queen wept openly. And the true princess, once lost to fate, rose into her destiny. She was born without a crown, but fate always finds its queen.